It's me, Davai, and yes, we are exploring Gun-Vue territories together. So yeah, of course, we have a couple of browsers, different browsers to sync together, and different sources of shipping our code, and the VS Code which I use to code all that. So I have my builds successful. So this is the final size of one HTML file that may be distributed just like this. So this is the file, and it can be just opened and it starts syncing data with peers. And yeah, now we have all the information just from scratch in this HTML file, and it's browsable, and we can even store links to certain data with just the local file. So with this, let's see if this loads correctly when I refresh the page. So we should see the picture. And while it's loading, let's just go here and go to this page. Yeah, with our another browser. So now it's loading too, and the pictures has loaded. So the picture should be loading here too, and the names and the avatars. Yeah, so here we can see these two projects and those posts that are loaded from my other instances of this app, essentially from other tabs, browser tabs. So if I close them and nothing loads, and now we don't see the titles because they are not cached somehow in any of my browser windows. And yeah, I believe that it was cached when I was on another port in development. So it's somewhere there in the browser cache, or it's just lost for us. So if we want to see the posts again, and they won't load. Yeah, no, here they are. Yeah, as always, the data in Gun is becoming the more and more resilient, to changes. And now you can see that we have the posts here, and uh, inside the post there are more posts, so we can go up and down with this, and we have these nice generated AI pictures for illustrations here. So your post can have an icon that we can move more to the top, a video link, a regular web link, a small description, and a markdown description, full-fledged with links and all the formatting and even the code blocks. But yeah, I need to a little bit improve the styles. Yeah, and this page is not representative because yeah, I will optimize this for no blur, more lightweight view. But yeah, you can browse up and down, so see all these posts as a graph. So you can go into one another and go back, go on to the top. And even if we close this, we can see these posts referencing each other. So each one of these points is a post. Yeah, so this is the main post, the source. Okay, but today I want to talk about only this folder. So we have these examples, and this is like the pinnacle of all this work, because I consider this app as a demo app for more important thing, that is building your own applications. And these are like samples, like examples, and which you can use. And I hope we can bring like the whole app store of open source HTML applications, web applications that will do different things for us, and you can start doing this too. So let's just look at these examples. And we know about these App.html. I previously reviewed it. It's so simple. We don't need any build steps, anything here. We don't need a terminal, because yeah, now we are grabbing our remote code. So everything is coming from HTTPS, and we can just open this file locally and have everything inside. But no hot module reload, but not a big deal. Okay, so this app loads the scripts and just creates the app within these div, and all these are the components, the Vue components, and Gun-Vue components particularly, that display all the information that we need. So with this, we can expect to see a list of relays, a icon for and the whole authentication system for our user, and a chat room, a public one with a topic of example chat. So this is like how you read all that. So yeah, and this is chat example app. What can be done is, let's see, we can have gun relay. Yes, so we can say that this is not gun relay list but gun relay, and let's just open this HTML file. And yeah, Firefox sometimes get a bit overwhelmed. Yeah, no, it's not about Firefox, it's about the unpackage that was caching our request. So here we have this icon that shows us the relay, the current relay, and other alternative relays that can be used for that. And welcome to Gun-Vue space should be the message. Yeah, so we don't need the message here, we just need only these two things. Yeah, and if we have this class dot flex call, we can have everything in column. Yeah, so these styles are just utility styles from Unocss, and I'm sure that they are in this code base because I use them so frequently, and so they will be working. But expect this to be limited amount of limited number of classes that can be used, and if you want more, you can use Unocss. Just how it's done, runtime, so you will have it generated out of your code. But now we don't need too much, but I mean, we can style this a bit, so make these come in layers. Yeah, like now they are kind of mixing together, so we can just make it another div and have it like flex and item center and gap 4. So like this is already much better, and before of course. So yeah, so this is like how I like it. So now we can generate an ID, call us a userland authenticate, have a password set, and we can store all these data about our key pair, and even unencrypted key pair if you click on this. So okay, let's think I will have this. Okay, I will have this text and just copy it. Okay, so I have stored my key securely, and now I can start chatting here. Yeah, And we even can have notifications. Yes, and two browsers are already syncing, and we can update this page and the data will be still synced, and yeah, it will be resynced every time. And this is kind of good thing because we have the real data, not like old cache that we are dealing with. So this is a public chat, so it's happening in a room, so we can have a room, so we can have a room button. And yeah, for now I just memorized the components that are coming from the folder with the components, but it's okay because now, yeah, we have these. I will add, of course, the lists of all components soon. But now, yeah, with just one tag, we have this whole system of rooms, because with this we can but we cannot change the room, but it's okay, this is for good. uh, but if, let's say, we go to another room, let's see, we should have, yes, we should have this room, enter. So if we copy this information and paste it here, let's see where we go. No, it's still, oh yeah, it's still hub 0.4. Okay, yeah, we're not leaving the room. Okay, yeah, because it's not in the components in the app. Okay, but we can make this, make this work, and I'm going to show you some ideas about that. So this is public chat, and yeah, anyone can create an account and start chatting, and it is readable for everyone, and everyone can you can participate in that, but that's just public, and you can change the topic easily, and it can be just some language about which you want to talk. So now let's talk about CSS. Okay, and I'll just create an account and start talking about CSS is great, yeah, and CSS is even better, yeah, something like this, and start holy war, because when anyone comes to this CSS, he sees all these messages and even with notifications. Yeah, so this is one fancy part of Gun-Vue, but it's still public. We want to go further. If you want, you can go down to the composables and just build your own UI, even with vanilla JS, and it's completely doable. So if you open these composables, you can see this bare bones thing that will just be loaded initially from one package. This can be slow, but then it's quite a lightweight application that generates your public key, shows you and logs in already with your pub key, shows you the room name and the peer, and yeah, it's ready to be controlled and updated and used to any of your needs. But yeah, this can be quite low-level programming for many of you, and this makes me happy because I have made a better solution. So the whole app that is really useful can fit just on a palm of your hand. Yeah, really, this is all the app, and but it still already has some logic, and it's already kind of um, like poetry. I believe for me the final view on the code is when the UI is perfect for the purpose. And now let's see messages. So these are private chat example Gun-Vue app. And again we have what do we have? Again, we have the relay, we have the user and the room. So these I will for sure make one easy to use component, to have fun with. But and now we have a list of users that seem to be offline, or I don't know why they are so uh, transparent, but yeah, they are offline. But let's have if we click on any one of them, we can see that this is kind of a page for us to communicate. And yes, so these are users who are not online, and we can write to them, and when they go online and if I am online, we can meet. But if they are not online, this can be a little more complicated because these messages are not public, they are very private, so they are not cached by anyone but the two parties. So let's see, this is Alice. It's somehow already logged in, so Alice. And now I hit join, and yes, we can see Alice as an online user here. So we can go to press Alice, and this doesn't help us, but okay, if we log in, so we can create an account, and you know what name this will be, so Bob. And Bob is here with nice, very nice colorful pictures. So hi Alice, tells Bob. And now Alice should know that Bob is there, but she doesn't see him. But let's update the page. And of course, because Bob didn't join the room, so this is the important thing. So now we join the room, and this is where we say that we're here. Hi. And now I click Bob, and Alice clicks Bob, and we can start the conversation again. Hi. These data should propagate, but it doesn't. Okay, let's update it again. And Bob to Alice. I don't know why don't they sync. Maybe there is could not decrypt. Should exactly one child, one component child. Okay. So we have to correct these things. If and chat private. Okay, so this should be template. Like this. We don't need these divs, and these go inside this template, and like this. So this should be running without errors, and yeah, so seems to be working a bit better because now we can see the messages. Yes, so yes. Yeah, and now you can understand that this is quite a powerful thing because now we have two browsers, two browser tabs. Each one has its own just generated user published in a room, in this room, so we know that we are there, so we can close and see others in this room. But yeah, now I open this chat, and again, not all the things load, but they should load. Okay. Yeah, if I'm browsing back and forth, it can be a little jiggly because of these keep alive, and I should set the max to 5, like this. Should be better, more stable. But the thing is that now we have two tabs with private and public keys with asymmetric encryption that send messages to each other encrypted and decrypt them, and we can read them, and you can even send a link, and even a link to some particular data, so like this. So let's see, I want to send you this link, and you can just go and hopefully receive that link from Bob. Oh, I've sent it not to the right chat here. Yeah, and you press it and you open this particular data from this same, peer-to-peer cloud that all these tabs form between each other. But this data, so if now I update one of these pages and then go back to Bob, so I definitely should manage the route here. So this is our chat and it recovers, and if I update both of them, it's already some danger of losing this data because these are just local files. Okay, and now let's just close these two. So the data should be there, but because we lose track of our user, so I don't have the access to that chat, and that chat, even if I have that access, so I can go here and log with yeah, I've lost that. So I mean, what's interesting is that no user is subscribed to the messages of Alice and Bob, and even if I come back with these users from other browsers that don't have this cache in their IndexedDB, this data won't load out of other peers. But in case of the public chat, it will be loaded from all users who just browsed this CSS thing. But those who didn't do this won't won't be affected. So these are already a couple of apps that are quite small and fun to play. So no complex routing, browsing, and all these kind of UI explorations that happen on the full-fledged Gun-Vue applications. But I'm sure you can find both of them quite interesting, because finally, when I try to make these apps more complex, I find myself rebuilding the Gun-Vue web app itself. But I like the simplicity and readability of all that. So we have the H1, and we have the gun relay, user icon room button, then we have the skip alive, and if there is other, so other is our string. If there is no other, we will show us the guests of the room, of the current room. But if there is some other, we will just use that as a pub key for this chat private component with the close button that can just reset the other to back to the empty string, and we can go back to this guest list. So just the private chat and guest lists are the two kind of routes here in our app. And yes, we can manage the some kind of routing with hash I believe we can use Vue use for this, but yeah, it will grow this app. It won't be an example, such an easy one. So I will leave it just like that and create new examples for different other features that can be used as building blocks. And one thing I wanted to show you is that here is the view component that initializes the app, and it can have the setup function with all the intricacies that we need. Just we can use the view from this package, and I have Vue exported from Gun-Vue app, and you can have refs, reactives, computables, and any other reactivity elements that you need in your applications. And still, this stays one single HTML page of only 50 lines that can be even compressed more. So if you have any ideas of building new apps with these components, or if you know which components you need for building more interesting, fun, and complex peer-to-peer apps, so feel free to contact me and let's find better ways to collaborate on Gun-Vue and the whole peer-to-peer web apps ecosystem. Uh, yeah, I think for now this is it. Uh, I'm proud to show you the Gun-Vue projects now that are kind of beautiful. And we have more progress with that. So we have type and we have ID, we have the title, we have the author, we have the room, we have many much data that can be used in these pages, and these pages are a bit better than posts, so these are working just like regular pages in the browsing is feels quite nice, but with posts we have these overlays, and it's too much strange things happening on the screen, so this is not ideal, and I will work on that. But yeah, we now have these numbers that lead us to this information about the releases on the GitHub page, and yeah, that's miraculous because everything builds automatically and published automatically, is quite reliable and usable for your web apps. So hope you feel inspired and want to try to build some small fun peer-to-peer apps for you and your friends. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.